microphones on here. Hey everybody. Just getting everything set up. Hello, Nakazoto. And hey, Monk. Whoops. I just restarted that. Let me start that over again. Hey, Lid Flipper and X System. Welcome. Well, welcome, Nakazoto. Thanks for joining. Hey, Narwhal. Alright, so that's all we've got so far. You guys might have noticed that I finally discovered that OBS has a text feature. You can just display text. That only took me a year. So, like the title says, today we're working on the Livestream original. There are 2 previous episodes of this if you want to catch up later. They're on YouTube and listed under Livestream Original. I think I even made a playlist for it, so you can check that out. Hey, Shaywise. So yeah, we're going to continue with this. This is not attached to any particular game or project. Hey, thanks, Monk. So yeah, I haven't touched this since last week, so we're just going to continue with it. I think I'm going to do some kind of severe cutting because I don't like the last part very much. That's my plan. Other than that, I have no idea where this is gonna go. But I'm gonna play it probably one more time here to like get more familiarized with it again, since it's been a while since I listened to it. And then we can actually get to work. What do you guys think of the text there on the top? I'm gonna reduce it down. After a while, I will just replace it with just this. So it just has like the title. But in the beginning, I'm going to have like the longer bit of text here for now, for a little while. And then we'll swap over. Anyway, let's start this again. I'll talk about some of the individual parts as we go. The whole thing started with sort of this part, which was this kind of cool bell part. and so I added some other. Oh yeah, the other thing about this I almost forgot is that we're trying out Omnisphere and all of its presets with this track. So most of this stuff is Omnisphere, although we have a few other things as well. Yeah, X System, that's probably a good idea. I should probably keep that no suggestions thing, because I do get a lot of questions about that. Oops. Oops. Man, I'm out of it today. Hi, Dazer. Okay, I'm gonna stop it right there. And let's get started. I added this stuff before last session. Some of you might remember when you were there. Hello, audio. So I'm gonna remove this stuff for now. We're gonna mute it and put it away. I won't remove it entirely because there's no point. We may want to go back and use it later. But anyway, I added this and I don't really like it, and I want to take it in a different direction. So we're going to get rid of it. I added this sort of loud 80s sounding drum. So it's cool on its own, but I don't really like it in the context of everything else. So I'm going to mute these and put them away into this folder. Now, why does it sound just without the... It's kind of cool just by itself. Whoops, I just hit the pause here. Yeah, this is cool by itself. I want to add some kind of new percussion element though. So I'm going to look through. Actually, I want to do more rhythmic stuff. So I'm going to load up another signal. And by signal, I mean the instrument called signal, not like signal in the traditional sense. Audio asks, was it difficult moving from older Cubase to Cubase 8? I'm still on 6 and considering upping, but don't want to screw my workflow. Well, I'm using 7.5, so I don't know if I can answer your question. My transition from Cubase 5 to 7 was pretty nice. Like, I liked all the new features that they added to 7. But I haven't used 8 yet, so I don't really know what it's like. So, okay, I'm going to load up Signal. And, oh yeah, feel free, everybody, feel free to ask me questions. Nakazoto, I know you're new. If you have any questions about anything I'm working on or any other projects that I've done, feel free to ask. That's what this is for. All right, so we're going to load up Contact. And then, oh yeah, I keep forgetting that I have 2 screens and you guys don't. Okay, so, whoops, whoa, I don't want to move anything. Okay, there we go. We're going to load up Signal, which is a rhythmic sample synth library thing. Takes a little while to load. Okay, so many of you have probably seen this before, but if you haven't, I will give you a quick overview. It's basically you can load up 2 different synths or samples, and then decide how they're going to be played rhythmically. It's all about rhythm. So you set up like an arpeggio or a rhythm thing for each one. So first I will load, oops, let's see. I don't even know what we're going for here, so I'm just going to mess around. Again, like, so some of my favorites are like this muted guitar thing. If we have no rhythm, it's just like, oop, oh, it's kind of broken. Hang on, let it sit there for a second. Okay, so it's like starts out like a normal instrument, right? But then we can say like, let's make it like a sine wave here. So. Or we can make it a step sequencer. Or you can change the pattern like of the step sequencer. It's pretty cool, and then you can change like, let's say we get 30. And anyway, so you get the idea. You can like add another rhythm on top of it so it moves around a bit. Or we can be like, kind of like that. Oh, Dazer, we got some questions here. Sorry. How's the Ableton thing going, says Dazer. The Ableton thing's going pretty well. I'm enjoying doing live stuff. So I have this one, I'm basically just doing one thing, which is a live version of Lost Ship from FTL Advanced Edition. And I've added some of it's really accurate recreation of the original track of Live Ship. And then there's some added stuff that incorporates other elements from FTL into it. And so it's kind of like, it's become this sort of like 10-minute epic now. And it's been really fun to like play with it and like try different configurations of instruments. Oh, you know what? We could do like a rhythm part. Sounds actually kind of cool. And we can do a second thing on top of it, like, let's go back to instruments. We got claps. We do all just rhythmic stuff. Let's do the... So yeah, I really want to do a live show, and I don't really have the equipment for it. Like I am entirely based right here in this studio. Man, this is fun actually. Let's stick with that. And then we can go to effects, and it has a bunch of effects built in. Let's do my favorite eighth note, dotted. I don't know if this is gonna work, but this is what the fun part is like experimenting. First of all, it's too loud, so I'm going to turn it down a bit before we continue. Turn it down to 5, or -5. I forgot that we are doing everything with a swing beat here, so let me fix that on this too, which you can do. This here? Nope. Gotta find the controls for swing. I know it's here somewhere. Part of music production is just figuring out where the controls are on all of your different instruments. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. I know it's here because I've done it before. Where is it? So you know what? This probably doesn't have a swing to it, just because of its by nature of it. So maybe we'll do the arpeggio instead. Ooh, 30 swing. Whoa. I don't know, this is not really working out, I think. Let's redo this. Yes, all the changes will be lost. Let's try again. That's kind of a nice sound. All right. Hey, lots of people on now. Feel free to ask questions. I don't know. Again, I have no idea if this will sound cool or not. That's pretty cool. Let's try something out here. Alright, so that was, some terrible rhythm, but we're going to fix that. Full quantize. Kind of cool and very different from the rest of it. Get rid of that. I haven't been naming my tracks. Well, no, I guess I've been mostly naming them. What's this one? That's another signal. I didn't really name it, did I? Just call it signal for now. Signal 1, and then this is signal 2. Haven't had much blue. Let's make it blue. I'm going to move this forward. I kind of want to keep this going for a while and like add more stuff to it as we go. Oops, some of it's still going, huh? Oh, right there. Move that aside. These notes. Nakazo's got a question. Well, that's really awesome that you work on old cars. That's super cool. Question is, you kind of pick out the signal from the pulse generator software, then play it live while listening to the track, and it records to a new track. Correct. Yes, that's exactly how it works. So I'll explain a little bit about how this thing works since you're new here. So the horizontal parts, each one of these is an instrument that's playing a part in real time. And everything here, I guess this would be the vertical, sorry. So the vertical axis is instruments, and the horizontal axis is time. And then you can see inside of these boxes are the notes being played, and I can open them up to look at the notes individually. So you can see, I can even click on them to hear it. So if I play that by itself, I will solo this so you can't hear anything else. And that's basically how it works. Everything is layered and plays all at once. Our computers these days are fast enough to be able to do this kind of thing. And I can just keep adding more and more instruments. Eventually there's an upper limit to how much the CPU can handle, but yeah, that's how it works. It's very simple. And then you can just add more and more interesting, complex things as you go. And some of the instruments are kind of unusual, like Signal, like what you saw me playing with earlier. This thing is kind of unusual for an instrument. Like, it doesn't just play an instrument, it plays like its own rhythmic parts. Oops, wrong thing. Try this. Oh, it just stops. Why is that? Hang on, we got something. Oh, this is too long. There we go. Still kind of quiet. Oh yeah, if you've used Premiere, you have some understanding of how this works. But yeah, it is really amazing. Like the idea that the computer can handle so many different, like, really complex instruments all at the same time without even a hitch, just to this day blows my mind. Hey, Nautilus Party. Nautilus Tea Party. Yeah, this is pretty cool. Oh, Shaywise asks, Ben, did you always use a keyboard for input on Cubase? Yeah, pretty much. I don't think I've ever done music production without a keyboard. even in my earliest days. So my very first digital audio workstation was Sonic Foundry Acid in the late 90s. And I bought it out of a paper catalog, which shows you how long ago it was. And normally Acid was like, it came with a selection of loops, and you just like, you loop them together, similar to how I'm looping parts that I write. And it was, so they were just like samples that were made to like easily stretch. And but you could also do little like instrument parts, or like record audio. And so I went up into my attic. So I was a teenager at the time, and I went up to the attic in our house and found this old keyboard that we had from the 80s. The thing was awesome, and I used to play with it when I was a kid. And I plugged the audio output from that keyboard directly into the microphone input on my computer, and recorded little melodies from the keyboard. And that was like my first like music writing experience. It sounded awful, but it was like the start of everything. Shaywise, I've been looking into getting a keyboard. Do you still recommend the keyboard you mentioned in your blog post? Yeah, anything that I've recommended in my blog still stands. All the keyboards I mentioned are really good. And good, especially for beginners. Like that 3-octave micro key is really nice, like, because it's small, so it doesn't take up a lot of space, and you still get 3 octaves. Then you can do good simple writing, and it's got a pitch and a mod wheel, which is also useful. I'm gonna put a filter on this to kind of want to see how it sounds with the lower parts kind of taken out. Yeah, it's a little better. I like that more. Oh, actually, it's kind of cool. What if we exaggerated that? So I just happened to turn it off right when it transitioned from one measure to the other, and I thought it sounded kind of cool. Oh yeah, X System. I might have had MIDI, because MIDI was around in the 80s, I think. But I certainly didn't know how to use MIDI at the time. I had no clue. So I couldn't have even taken advantage of it, even if I did have it. Or even if it did have it, I mean. Yeah, we'll just keep it in for now. So what I kind of want to do here is like keep this going and like build it up with more and more instruments. So we're gonna oh, what's it doing? Okay, we're gonna keep building on top of this. Another measure. I still think this is kind of quiet. Turn it up a little more. How's that sound? Okay, hang on. Move this again, and this again. I don't know what this is. And this, I don't even, oh, I'm gonna put that into the folder there. Let's get rid of it. Put that there. Okay, I think we got something cool here. Hang on, I want to do... What does that sound like? Yeah! So, I don't know if you guys see what I just did there, but it was like... this. I have the same part here 4 times over. And instead of editing all of them, I just deleted what was there and just copied the first one. So it's like way quicker than trying to edit all of them. So we got some more questions here. Zabba asks... Zabad? Zabad asks a really cool one. He says, do you find that the way you hear melodies in your head when creating has changed at all since you started playing guitar? Do you find yourself hearing guitar parts to things now? That's a really cool question. While it hasn't quite changed the way I see melodies yet, I do, having listened to so much more rock music than I used to, I do, like... I'm thinking in slightly different like key signatures and like slightly different chord structures than I used to. Rock music has a very different feel to it, obviously, and that's listening to all that is certainly influencing me to some degree. It's definitely influencing the Skytorn soundtrack that you guys will see later. There's a lot of rock influence in Skytorn. And I think a lot in terms of like rhythm guitar parts, and maybe at some point we will record rhythm guitar. You can see the guitar back there, because I'm having so much fun learning it and getting better at it. Nope, there it goes again. Why is it? Oh, because of this. For signal and with some other instruments, if a note goes like overlaps onto another note, because in here it's going to overlap with the next note, which shows up here, right there. And sometimes when it overlaps, it won't trigger the next note when it needs to. So that's why sometimes it drops out. Oh, cool. Narwhal's posted his album here. I'll open this and take a listen later. Okay, so I might do another signal thing to like keep going with this. Oops. No, that's not what I meant to do. Oops. Let's get rid of that. Remove. Loaded up the wrong thing. Oops. Yeah, feel free to post stuff. You know, I can't promise that I'll ever have time to look at everything that people post, but you know, feel free to post it anyway. I'm not gonna stop you. Yeah, I want to do something like that, like a pad. Ooh. That's pretty cool sounding. I don't know if it'll fit, but I really like that. I really love this. Oh, sorry, I got some questions here. I get really like into it sometimes. From Nakazoto, have you noticed any performance differences regarding different CPUs and really heavy workloads, like an insane number of tracks? I noticed you were a MacBook Pro for the FTL soundtrack, but moved over to an Intel for full-size workstation. Yeah, I don't really know, like, I don't really know, like, individual CPUs that well. I've always used Intel stuff for a long time. I had a PowerBook, which wasn't using Intel once, but that was a long time ago. Yeah, I usually just worry about the overall setup, like the overall specifications, rather than individual CPUs. This machine has a quad-core i7 Intel, and it's awesome. Like, I've never had a problem with this machine, but I built it myself, and it's really powerful. I think it has 16 gigs of RAM. I don't remember. I don't know if this is gonna work, but it sounds really cool. Yeah, this doesn't really fit. Sounds really neat though. I might save it. I think I just gotta remember that triangle wave always sounds pretty cool. It doesn't quite fit though. So let's try something else. Pretty neat. All right. Does this have save as a new preset? I can do it later. Yes, save the changes. Maybe I'm going at this the wrong way. Let's close this. Let's try something from Kinetic Metal. What's this thing do? Mars rover? What does this sound like? So I'm trying to make, I might just go with like a, man, maybe we should just do Omnisphere. So I was trying to make a pad, like a cool pad that I can then like make glitchy, but perhaps we're going at this the wrong way. So let's load up Omnisphere again, because that's what we were originally doing anyway. Yeah, that kinetic metal is like one of my favorite things. Everything sounds exotic in it and really cool. So let's try playable textures. Here we go. Okay. Pretty cool, right? Now, can we do like a glitchy thing and not have it sound weird? What if we just have a stutter effect on it? Oh, hang on, let's move it back here. Yeah. I think it's pretty close to what I wanted, but let's turn it down a bit because it's really loud. Kind of want a high note too. Maybe not that loud though. All right, Narwhal's got a question. Are Night Bridge and Morning Bridge supposed to be played as one song? They're definitely supposed to be connected. I mean, the whole Color Sky is supposed to be like one long sort of narrative. So they're definitely like connected in that narrative. But they're not necessarily like just one song. It's supposed to be like two halves of the same experience. Like part 1 and part 2, I would say, would be the best way to describe it. Let's go back and listen to the whole thing since we haven't done that in a while. I forgot about this thing. We should use that more. This thing. Let's try that. Move it forward here. There. Not now. Okay, so I do have kind of an idea where I want to go with this. That didn't really work. Take that out. Zabad has another question. How much do you find instrument sounds influencing the direction of stuff you make? Have there been times when you've changed the whole direction of a piece based on a cool instrument you've stumbled upon? That happens all the time. That's like my whole creative process is stumbling on cool instruments and being like, oh, I wonder what this would sound like if I put this into the track. Yeah, for me, the creative process is very malleable, and I don't always know where things are going when I start them. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. For me, it's a lot of experimentation, and that's part of what makes it really fun. I've described before that like music writing is a lot like an archaeological dig. So like you have this idea of what you're going, where you want to dig, right? And that's like you survey an area, you know based on past experience where you might be a good place to dig, and then you use your skill and knowledge to start digging, but you don't always know what you're going to like uncover and what you're going to find. Like you have a vague idea of what's there, but you don't know for sure, and that's part of what makes it interesting and fun. Is like you're sort of unearthing this thing that didn't exist before, but it feels like it did exist before that. And that's like what makes making music so fun, is discovering things. And like when it's finished, it's like it feels like it always existed and you just dug it up. Okay, so I kind of feel like the defining feature of this section is this. And what I kind of want to do is repeat this with new instruments, that same exact part. So I'm going to duplicate the whole track. So we're loading an exact copy of it. We're going to delete this stuff here because it's not going to play. And it probably won't play till here. It's going to play the same notes, but I'm going to give it different instruments. So I'm going to load it up again. Here it is. Well, what if we loaded, I don't know, a square? That's pretty cool, especially if we make its duration. Wow, this is really loud. Sorry, guys. Let me turn it down here. Sounds kind of cool, right? Let's see here. We already have a chorus on it. Let's hear what it sounds like by itself here when we're playing the actual part. Oh, Nakazoto asked another question. As far as I can remember out of the 9 albums of yours I have, hey, thanks! I can't remember any of them having any vocals. If you ever wanted to put vocals into any of the tracks you create, it hasn't really been something that I considered. A long time ago, I did a track where I sang on it, and I didn't really like it. This was way years and years ago. I don't know. I'm thinking that I might do vocals in like a live show, but one of the problems is that I am no poet, and I'm not really good at like writing lyrics, and I always like to do my own original stuff, so I haven't really done anything for vocals. But it's always sort of like in the back of my mind. It's just not really a priority. Maybe at the live shows, like I said, if I can actually spend some time to come up with like interesting lyrics or something, I might write some cool thing. Oh yeah, Slug Battle has cool lyrics. All right, let's listen to what this sounds like here. That's pretty cool. Let me just have this loop forever, and then we'll edit it as it's going. So sometimes when you're working with very simple waveforms, like what I'm doing right now, like really kind of chiptune-esque, it's often very good to add some reverb to it to like, because it sounds really sharp and kind of harsh, and sometimes reverb can like really soften it. Okay. Let's unmute that. We're going to turn it down a little bit more. See how it sounds in the whole context of everything. Might need to adjust its, like, pull it down here in the middle. I don't know. Let's just hear it by itself first. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. Sounds really cool. Let's hear it in better context. Hell, let's just go back to the beginning again. You can hear the whole thing. I really want to hear it in full context of the whole piece. Feel free to ask more questions. Yeah. Okay, yeah, this is pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with it so far. How far are we anyway? 2 minutes 50 seconds about? Not particularly far. Oh, I was doing something earlier and I probably should have told you guys about it. So as I was listening, some of these transitions are really like kind of abrupt, and that's okay for now because we'll add more fancier transitions as we go. But you know, it just sort of like here, I'll mute the thing that I added here. Normally it's just like so that's not a perfect transition, but I added that bass chord again, so now so it has like a nice finality to that part. And then I added it again here. Yeah, see how it adds a nice little transition to it. The same chord again. I'll play it again so you can listen for it. It's a nice little addition that helps go from one section to another. So we got another question from Narwhal. How's the Patreon thing coming? It's been not coming at all. I have a lot of the plan in place, but I've sort of held off on working on it. It's been a little busy with other stuff, one, and two, there's a possibility of yet another project added to my growing list of things that I'm doing. I can't really say much about it. I might be doing a soundtrack to a film, like an animated film. I cannot say any more than that. But it's very exciting, and I'm trying to see how that thing goes before I do anything more with the Patreon. So once I figure more about that, I will keep working on the Patreon, but hopefully it'll be soon. Hey, Flying Kickapow! Is this the first live stream that you've been on? This is my friend Paul. Is this your first creative live stream? I know that where you've been, you probably didn't have great internet access. But now that you're back, it's awesome that you can come and join. Oh, cool. Awesome. Well, welcome. So anyway, you saw the transitions that I was making. Now, let's get back to what we were working on here. Pretty cool. What can we use from over here? Can we put that in? doesn't quite fit. You know what, guys? I gotta use the restroom, but I will be right back, and I will put this on loop while I'm away for about a minute or so. I'll be right back. Hey everybody! Sorry for that. Let's see here. Alright. So, Narwhal, I'm not really sure what GCSEs are, but it sounds bad. Good luck. So I'm not really sure how to pronounce your name, Kuro Marsalis, but welcome. Thanks for joining. If you have any questions or anything, let me know. I think we got a couple of I know we have Monk of Destinies here. I think he's the only moderator right now. Paul's got a question. When you compose a track, how does theory come into your use of chord progressions? Do you stick to pretty rigid patterns? And have you had moments when you really manipulated or deviated from the rules when composing? Do you use any key changes through some of your compositions? Oh yes, and the MooBot is always around. Okay, so you got a lot of questions here, Paul, and so it's a mix of like music theory and like what sounds good to me. Music theory is always sort of the start of it, and then I kind of use that as a jumping off point. So yeah, there's been key changes in my some of my tracks. In this one, not really. But yeah, I'm often changing it up, or a lot of times I'll do stuff that I know is theory related. I just don't remember like what the key is or like what the chord is called, and I just sort of like use my intuition. We can get rid of the loop now. Alright, see you later, Shaywise. I'll see you next week. Kuro, what is this you're currently working on? This is for, this is not for any particular project. It's just something that I've started for the live stream. If you scroll down, you'll see a link to my YouTube page, and you can see parts 1 and 2 of this particular piece. I started from scratch, mostly, on the live stream, so you can see the entire creative process. From start to finish. But yeah, this is just like something for the live stream, something to have fun with. It's not attached to anything in particular. I want to have more percussion. Let's load up maybe battery. Dusty circuit. Whoa. That's pretty cool sounding. I like this last performance the best. Let's see here. Triplet. Get rid of these. Okay, so we got some questions. We got maybe one. 6570. I don't even remember what that was. All right. Nakazoto's asking, I think each previous parts of this track, I think you mean the episodes, are about 2 hours each. That means so far, this one track you've logged about 6 hours. How long does a normal track take you to create? Usually it's about like somewhere between 6 and 10 hours, I'd say. My estimate's like a little different every time when people ask me that. But yeah, anywhere between, in fact, I'll say 6 and 12 hours, I would say. But yeah, it can vary a lot. Oh, the 6570 is the graphics card. Yeah, well, for this rig, I deliberately got like a really low-powered graphics card because I didn't need like a really nice one for this. I probably could have even gotten away with just using the onboard graphics, but I got one. And yeah, it's my gaming rig that has the nice one. I just got a GTX 970 for my gaming rig in the next room. Let's see here. Sure. I don't know about this either. I'm going to take that out. Actually, what if we just did this, added this part here back in? Alright, let's start over here. Probably get rid of these too if we're gonna have the two parts. thing. Here we go. Here's that awesome bass line that everyone likes. Maybe it should come back. And maybe we'll take out these parts. Yeah, I definitely wanted a deeper part here. Alright, I think I kind of like where it's at now. Let's go back and listen to the whole thing. Yeah, I'm not really sure what you're referring to, Kuro. I wasn't hearing it. Sorry. I'll try to keep an eye or an ear out for it. Okay, Nakazoto's got a question. I found that when I go back to and reread something I wrote a day, a week, or a month ago, I often have a different viewpoint and I edit it some. You ever listen to some of your older tracks and want to edit them, either slightly or heavily? Yeah, you know, that's pretty common. Sometimes I listen to stuff on FTL and I'm like, man, I wish I had just fixed that one little thing. But the more, I find that the more I write, the less I worry about it. Like, I'm so busy making new stuff now that, like, I don't really think too much about older things. There's occasionally, like, a piece that I'm really not happy with. Or, like, I look back on and I'm like, man, I just completely messed up on there. And I wish that I could go back, but once something is released, it's like, well, I can't really do anything. And so you sort of learn to just, like, live with decisions that you make. It gets easier over time. The more and more that you write, the easier it gets to just let go of old stuff. Kuro asks, would you consider making a remix of your own music? Yeah, definitely. Part of the live show is going to be like remixes of tracks. I'm working on sort of a remix of Lost Ship from FTL Advanced Edition. And I may, in the future live streams, do like FTL remixes. That's definitely a possibility. But yeah, again, usually I'm so busy making new stuff that I don't have time to go back to old things. Oh, Narwhal's got a good question. What's your least favorite track you've released? That is a good question. Let me look at my albums on Bandcamp here. Least favorite track. Geez, I don't know. I've never thought about it before. Generally, if I release something, it's because I think it's decent, at least. And that anything that I really dislike, I'm not going to release at all. You know, I'll have to get back to you on that, because I'm not really sure. I was looking through my albums on Bandcamp, and I don't know what my least favorite thing is. One of my biggest disappointments is on Fragments. Let me see here. Where is it? Rhythm of Everyday Life. I freaking love that song, but it's mixed horribly, and I wish I could go back and redo the mixing on it, because it has way too much sound in one particular frequency range, and it drives me mental, and I don't know how it is that I missed that before, but I'm thinking that someday maybe I'll go back and redo the mastering so that it sounds decent. But I love the song. Like, I'm so happy with it otherwise. repeat this and give it new notes, actually. So that would sound good there. So we move it up. Actually, let's move all of it up. Maybe. No, let's just leave it there. What does that sound like? Yeah, that sounds pretty cool. Yeah, it needs to be D. Whoops. Or move everything. So it can't be an E because E is not part of this key. Let's try that. I don't actually like it there. What's wrong here? Let's try it just at C. And let's do this. Often you want to have leading notes like this. This leads to this note. You want it to be much quieter than the leading note. Or than the note that it's leading to, I mean. I'm going to move this one step over here. I should go back and fix the leading notes in the rest of it too. Hey, core activities. This is just going to be... Thanks, but I'm going to be doing everything myself on this. missing here? Zoom in a bit here. I want to try. Is that going to sound awful? Oops. Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted. Let's add some more parts here. Like this and this. That's actually a little quiet now. Turn it up a little bit. And bring that swing back here. Yeah. All right. Sorry for the lack of talking, but you also got to see some very hardcore composition right there. So now the bass line matches the chord progression that you're hearing, which is this. You've heard it a lot already, but wait, let's need some. There we go. Next, let's go back and listen to this. So I have an idea. I'm going to bring this thing back. No, not this thing. This thing. I don't know how it'll sound. Probably stupid, but let's try it anyway. Whoop. Way down. Yeah, I don't like it. Never mind. Take it out. What is this thing? Yeah, I don't like that either. Okay, well, we have a good start anyway. So I want to add another layer of these chords. So let's look around at the instruments we already have. Let's fully quantize this first. Actually, I have an idea. I want some kind of really sharp stabbing synth lead. First of all, let's turn it way down while we're looking through these synths, because you never know. Ooh, that sounds really cool. Actually, let's take a look at this one. But we're going to oops. Yeah, that's what we want. So there's our part. I probably could have done a little bit better on the rhythm. This one here is a little bit early. But we'll just quantize all of it so it doesn't matter. And now, let's turn it up a little bit. Maybe some reverb? I don't know. Alright, so let's go back and listen to the whole thing, and feel free to ask any more questions. And here, I'll put up the big text here. And then we'll probably wrap it up. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this. It's been pretty cool, like, working on this entirely in the live stream. I've been having a lot of fun. Monk of Destiny asks, any recent news on what's up with banking on Bitcoin? Not really. I still don't really know. For those of you who don't know, Banking on Bitcoin is a documentary that I did the music for back last winter. And yeah, I don't really know. The movie's done. My soundtrack is done. It's in place. I think they're still trying to find a distributor for the film. But yeah, I haven't really heard from them in a while. I know things are happening. It's just, yeah, I don't really know. As soon as I know anything about it, I'll let you guys know. The soundtrack is awesome. I'm really happy with it. And it's really long. And it's kind of FTL-esque. So it'll be really cool when it finally releases. I'll release it at the same time that the movie releases. Monk of Destiny also asks, any word on when we can hear your Hyperlight Drifter remix? Oh, damn, I keep forgetting about that. I don't even know. I should probably talk to the creators about that. And, because they haven't talked to me about it. So I don't really know when they're planning on releasing it. So yeah, I haven't even like had a chance to like even consider what track to do or anything, because I kind of forget about it all the time. I should probably write it down in my to-do list to ask them about it. But yeah, anyway, thanks everybody. If you have any other questions, let me know. Otherwise, I will be here next week. There will be no video game live streams this week because I am going to Maine for a few days to visit my family. Kind of an impromptu visit. But I'll be back before Saturday, so I'll be able to do the creative live stream again. And maybe we'll keep going with this track because I'm having a good time with it. And, but yeah, thank you everyone for joining. Follow me here on Twitch. And follow me on Facebook and on Twitter. And, I will, yeah, I'll see you guys on Saturday. Thank you, everybody, for coming in. I seriously, I really love doing this, so I will, I'll be continuing to do this for as long as I can imagine. So yeah, see you guys.